First, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses from Sacramento, Michael Manos de Piedra Bravo. Michael Bravo weighs in at 156 pounds. 156. And his opponent, striker with a record of 13 wins, 3 losses, 1 no contest, from Tempe, Arizona, please welcome Esteban El Terrible Payan. Esteban Payan weighs in at 156 pounds. And the second bout of the evening also features lightweights in the cage. First, a veteran from Brazil with a record of 23-6. Please welcome Adriano Martins. Adriano Martins weighs in at 155.5 pounds. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Cincinnati by way of Brazil with a record of 17-8. Please welcome JG, George Gurgel. George Gurgel weighs in at 155 pounds. 155 even. Introducing to you first, from Omaha, Nebraska, please welcome the powerful freestyle fighter, Anthony Lionheart Smith. And Anthony Smith weighs in at 186 pounds, 186. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, the 10-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion from London by way of Rio, Roger Gracie. Roger Gracie weighs in at 186.25 pounds, 186.25. 186 pounds for Roger Gracie. He makes it. The fight is on. With a record of 9 wins and no losses, please welcome the undefeated, submission-minded fighter from Hamden, Louisiana, Kurt Holobaugh. Go, Kurt! Go, Kurt! Kurt Holobaugh weighs in at 156 pounds, 156. And his opponent, with a record of 30 wins, 16 losses, he is the respected lightweight contender from Portland. Please welcome Pat Bam Bam Healy. Pat Bam Bam Healy weighs in the same 156 pounds. And now we're ready for a middleweight special attraction. Introducing first, with a record of 10 wins and 2 losses, here is the dangerous submission expert from Tukwila, Washington, Trevor Hot Sauce Smith. And Trevor Smith tips the scale at 186 pounds. And his opponent, with a record of 14 wins, 4 losses, please welcome the world middleweight challenger and U.S. Army Ranger, Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy weighs in at 186 pounds. And now we present another showdown in the lightweight division. Introducing at this time, a fine freestyle fighter with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ryan Couture. Ryan Couture weighs in at 155.5 pounds. His opponent, a lethal striker with a record of 10 wins and 4 losses from San Diego by way of Hawaii. Please welcome KJ Nunes. KJ Nunes weighs in 156.25 pounds. And he does it, the fight is on. KJ Nunes weighs in at 156 pounds. With a record of 20 wins and 7 losses, here is the tough UFC veteran from Fort Collins, Colorado. Please welcome Ed Short Fuse Herman. Ed Herman weighs in at 193 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, Jiu-Jitsu phenom, former Strikeforce middleweight world champion from Rio de Janeiro, Jacare Souza. Jacare Souza weighs in at 193.25 pounds, 193.25. First introducing the hard-hitting brawler from San Jose, California. Please welcome Mac Kyle. Mike Kyle weighs in at 205 pounds even, 205. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent with a record of 32 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. Please welcome the former Strikeforce World Light Heavyweight Champion, the Dream Catcher, Gegard Mousasi. Gegard Mousasi weighs in at 205.5 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to weigh in our next fight, heavyweight division, 265 pounds. First, ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 11 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, joining us from Vienna, Austria, please welcome Nandor, the Han Guillermino. And Nandor Guillermino tips the scale at 229 pounds. And now his opponent making his way to the stage. Please welcome the Pride veteran, Strikeforce World Grand Prix finalist, and former UFC heavyweight world champion, the War Master, Josh Barnett. And Josh Barnett stands in at 249 pounds. And we continue our weigh-in with another heavyweight attraction, 3 5-minute rounds. At this time, please welcome to the scale a freestyle fighter with a record of 28 wins and 7 losses from Delray Beach, Florida, by way of Holland. Please welcome Dion, the Soldier Starring. And the Soldier weighs in at 240 pounds even, 240. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent undefeated in the cage with a record of 10 wins and no losses. Here is the 2-time U.S. Olympian and Strikeforce heavyweight world Grand Prix champion, Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier weighs in at 230 pounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to weigh in the main event of the evening. 5-minute rounds for the Strikeforce Welterweight World Championship. First, please welcome to the scale. He is the challenger with a record of 13 wins and 3 losses from Temecula, California, by way of Belgium. Please welcome Tarek Sponge Saffiedine. Tarek Saffiedine weighs in right at 170 pounds even, right at the limit of 170 pounds. And now the defending champion with a record of 32-10-2. He is the newly crowned Strikeforce welterweight champion from Denver, Colorado. Please welcome Nate the Great Marquardt. Nate Marquardt also weighs in at the limit of 170 pounds even. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the main event on Showtime's free preview weekend. The Strikeforce Welterweight World Championship. Nate the Great Marquardt, Tarek Sponge Saffiedine.